Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut, and we are here into our Nexus Division matchup of gillyShark versus Minion Miners. If you have not heard the news, we are going to be having a ban onto Zagara. She is not available for play in Heroes of the Storm. She was turned off by the developers. For what reason? We don't know because they didn't say shit about it. They turned her off and said, see you on Monday, I guess. But if you're sitting at home and you're like, wait a minute, Bahamut, I get that we had a cool intro. I get that we're going to Tomb of Spider Queen, but how did we get to Tomb of Spider Queen? I got you covered. The home team this evening will be gillySharks as they won the coin flip. They opted for map pick priority. Dragonshire and Alterac Pass were banned up by gillyShark. Towers of Doom and Battlefield were banned up by Minion Miners. And gillyShark, as the team who won the coin flip, opting for map pick priority, has chosen to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. We get back into our draft, and let's check out what's happening so far here in our draft for map number 1 in Tomb of the Spider Queen. As I mentioned, Zagara is banned out, so we will not see any bans or picks under her. Sorry, I'm fixing one thing really quickly. Alright, sorry, I'm fixing one thing. That's all set, that's ready to go. Oh my god, a Samuro ban up against the gillySharks. Who would have never thought? Stitch is to be banned out as well. Lucy will be gotten rid of. What is going to be the next ban from the side of gillyShark? They'll get rid of the Vala, don't want to deal with her burst ability, sustain damage, as well as wave clear. Vala's sitting in a very healthy spot currently in Heroes of the Storm. Okay, Baha, have fun. Also, why do I have a mustache? Because you gave bits to this channel. That's a bit badge. If you hover over the badge, you have a mustache, because you gave some bits. Instead of like the little, like, you know, bit logo, I'd have special bits badge. They were made by Kagiri. Wonderful Kagiri. Tychus will be first picked on the side of Minion Miners. Okay. I like the Tychus quite a bit. It's very flexible, gives you so much to be able to do on the map. Draken Laser Drill, Commandeer Odin, good siege potential. Also kind of dissuades the enemy team from going for a very bruisery or tanky build. But we have a first pick Mei, followed up by maybe a healer. It's actually going to be Hanzo. Hanzo good on this map because he has the ability to have a hybrid build. He can go into some wave clear talents, especially at level 4 with the explosive arrow. So we'll see probably that priority for Chest Looter or whoever's playing the Hanzo. On the right-hand side, though, next 2 picks, Tychus was the initial grab. Something like a Garrosh is great. Muradin's in a great spot. Joanna's in a phenomenal place. Alexstrasza will be grabbed. And what are we going to pair into this Alexstrasza? Is it going to be... They're not going to Cho'Gall chat, are they? This is a Cho'Gall setup. This is 100% a Cho'Gall setup. This is Cho'Gall right here. Like Tychus, Alexstrasza, Gazla, why are you not grabbing a tank? I made the joke earlier that I refused to cast them, but here we are. Actually getting... Oh my god. I look down at the draft all chat and it's just, sorry, Baha. So Anduin will be banned out on the opposing side. The yoink ability of Anduin's very strong with the Glyph of Faith at level 16 as well for the double, Leap of Faith to be able to pull someone twice there. Next 2 picks from the side of gillyShark. It's going to be a Dahaka and a Stukov. I was talking at length earlier about how I love where Dahaka sits in the game. I think he's got a lot of different viabilities and builds. I don't think you're just rutted into one direction with his talents, and I think there's a lot of hybridness that you can take to all of those talents as well. Blame Stark? Probably. I mean, he is the draft banner. Last 2 picks on the right-hand side for Minion Miners. What are they going to do? Sylvanas and a Blaze. Okay, so they're very, I would say very squishy, but they are squishy on the side of Minion Miners. I feel like A decent wombo into them would suffice, and what is going to be said wombo? They need a little more wave clear. They could go Kael'thas here. I actually kind of love the Kael'thas. Pyroblast would be awesome.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Okay. Kerrigan to be the pickup here. Kerrigan will be grabbed, and alrighty. So that is going to be game 1 draft right there. gillySharks are going to have that Mei, Hanzo, Stukov, Dahaka, Kerrigan, the side of Minion Miners, Tychus, Alexstrasza, Gazlo, and Sylvanas and Blaze. I like the gillyShark draft. I think it's a really, really well-rounded. The X factor is the Sylvanas Gazlo for me. That, like, the Gazlo split potential, the Sylvanas, like, amplified siege. I think this could be really, really strong for the side of Minion Miners. With that, I should be able to get a Twitch prediction going for you all, so you can get your bets in. By the time you hear this message, I'm assuming you'll have about a minute 30 to be able to get your Twitch predictions in. So go ahead, get them in now. Get your Twitch predictions in if you would like to make some betting happen. Either way, I hope you all enjoy the game. I'm super excited about this. This will be a fun one. We're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Good drafts from both sides. Synergistically, the Kerrigan plays super well with the rest of the team. On the opposing side, it's just so much siege, so much aggression. Like, I feel like the macro could be the big X factor for the side of Minion Miners, where gillyShark's micro, their team fight, is very strong. Granted, Dahaka, wave clear, rotations, very, very strong. Hanzo does scale throughout the game in his wave clear, so it's really anyone's game at this point for me. I think it can go either way. And just so you all can get some more prediction value, or at least see the drafts, let's go ahead and get on into the game. Let's go ahead and just show the loading screen so you can see who's on what side. And we are going to load on into map number 1. We are here, ready to go into Tomb of the Spider Queen. gillyShark in the blue. Kaimo Tripson playing the Stukov, Stark on the Kerrigan, Rise Robin on the Mei, Jamster on the Dahaka, and Chess Looter on the Hanzo. Over in the red, we are looking at the Minion Miners. Himibo going to be on the Blaze. Sir Mako of Cheese is going to be on the Sylvanas. Weskra on this Alexstrasza, Murderin on the Tychus, and a lone Marshal on bottom lane on the Gazlo. We're checking out our level 1s, and let's see what our engagement looks like in mid lane.
3, 2, 1. Let's the battle begin.
Best of luck to the Twitch predictors. I hope you got your prediction in. If not, well, hope that there's 2 more games. There will be at least 1, because it's a best of 3. Tongue drag from Jamster is attempted, but it won't connect onto anyone. Stark sitting up in the bush, waiting for someone to step into said, I guess just sitting in the corner, waiting for someone to step in this bush, maybe to make a combo with said Kerrigan. Looking at level 1s, nothing crazy out of the ordinary. Going to be seeing the tissue regeneration for the Dahaka to become a little bit more tanky. Dahaka stepping out. Tongue drag won't connect. There's a primal grasp onto Himi, but it's not going to yield any sort of setup for a kill. Rise Robin getting chunked a little bit, and Dahaka goes into bottom lane as Gazlo pushes up the wave, but Jamster not going to miss out on any, if many, experience at all. Nice use of Burrow to avoid some free damage and the stun from the Explodium charge, and we'll check on Marshall and friends in a little bit. Rise Robin start getting low in this top lane, as there was a bit of a scuffle in the rotation from mid to top. Dahaka, he should be able to play well into this Gazlo, but we'll have to see how it all works out. Gazlo did go big game Hunter. Increase maximum scrap by 2. Basic attacks against enemy heroes, mercenaries, or monsters. Accelerate, reduce, reuse, recycle scrap regeneration by 1.5 seconds. But a tongue drag and a rotation from Stark will yield
First blood.
over to the side of gillyShark with that rotation from Kerrigan. Now, with Kerrigan already in bottom, she'll rotate into the camp, and Siege Camp should go over the side of gillyShark. Himibo rotates into bottom, picks up a few of the gems, but immediately goes straight towards Kerrigan. Stark, having about 50% HP, will back off for a second. Himi just threatening with posturing, but considers actually going back for the camp. No, they were double checking to see if Stark would have doubled backed and gone back to the camp, since it was still a little leashed. Gazlo respawn, making their way down into bottom lane. This is going to be, oh, is Jamster checking the camp now, and this is the, both teams kind of rotating into Siege Giant camp. I think both of them kind of want it, but they're like, ooh, it's not that they, it's like, I don't want it per se, I just don't want you to get it. I think is kind of what's happening with that one. So neither team gets the Siege Giant camp, and we continue into our top to mid rotations, not missing out on much, if any, experience, and only 1 kill over to gillySharks thus far into game 1 of our best of 3 series. Chess Looter, a little bit of poke. He did go into the explosive arrow at level 4, and also to note, did go into target practice at level 1. Gotta hit every enemy hero 3 times, but if you hit every enemy hero once, you get a 20%, no, that's not right, 30% range increase on your Stormbow. If you hit every hero 3 times, you get the 100 extra damage. That 100 extra damage does add up over time in the, well, sustained poke that you can have with him. 5 apiece, and only a kill to gillyShark as both teams are looking for a potential turn-in. gillyShark getting close. The enemy side, Minion Miners, not too far behind. I believe there's like maybe a 2 to 3 gem difference between the two teams. Speaking of gems, let's go ahead and just show really quickly who's holding what. As Jet Propulsion from Hemi will be shy of Chymotrypsin, just kind of saying hi to the Stukov right there. As Marshall and Jamster hang out in the bottom lane, just doing a little bit of, well, the solo lane 3D chess. Do I play into the enemy? Do I just let them clear my wave? What's the priority? How aggressive do I need to play? And all those questions are constantly being asked to each other and to the enemy side. Stark did go for the Sharpened Blades at level 4. The reward after reaching 75 damage increase, Ravage, after receiving a 75 damage increase, Ravage gains 50 additional damage. So the Sharpened Blades quest is how we were discussing Asmodan baseline Annihilation. You get those stacks as you progressively deal the damage, but the big thing is the jump of 50 additional damage. So you go from 75 to 120, plus you also have the Ravage value. So we'll see how that works out. Hemi not getting hit by the Impale, but the Primal Grass still pulling Hemi-Bow into the engagement. We have this Bruiser Camp through mid, which does amplify shield armor, as you see that little 20 next to some of the people who stand inside this little reticle or range from the Mage Minion. Peeking over into bottom lane, Jamster Marshall, they're having a nice little 1v1, looking like it's going to be the Feeding Frenzy for Jamster just to have more sustained lockdown onto this Gazlo. And this is the big thing too, is he's just able to auto-attack, tongue drag, continue to auto-attack, and Gazlo can't do anything. And keep in mind, this point was made earlier in chat. You also have the passive, increase the duration by 0.5 seconds. So you are going to go from, and let's look at this as a family, you're going to go from 1.75 to 2.25 seconds. Nice, sustained CC. Speaking of CC, Jamster are going to get hit with quite a bit of damage here. Blue Webweavers will descend. May comes in with the Blizzard and slows down the enemy team from finding a kill into Jamster, who is forced to tap well. Gazlo trying to already put pressure onto the Webweaver. Top lane as Chymotrypsin pushing up the wave. Mid lane going to get cleared out quite quickly. Chest Looter working on those stacks. And let's break the game really quickly, chat, and find out... Oops, that's not the button. By the way, Control W gets rid of all of that if you've never known. W is what I'm trying to look for. There we go. I am looking at this one. So Hanzo, he needs quite a few. So he's hit every enemy hero once at least. Blaze is the only one that he's finished out. And my apologies, that is going to be another kill over the side of gillyShark as they find the kill into Gazlo during this Webweaver push through bottom lane. Webweaver will expire, but it's going to get a little bit of pre-pressure through bottom lane. Let's look at top lane, did get opened up. Mid lane, cleared out quite quickly. gillyShark's finding a little bit of value, but still, that kill into Gazlo, very helpful to get more, just a little more experience, but also deny some rotations to the enemy side as they need to turtle up on Minion Miners to be able to recuperate any sort of missed experience that the Gazlo would be grabbing in solo lane while the friendly team makes the rotation. Speaking of rotations, let's rotate through some of these other numbers and get an idea of what they look like, as we've looked at talents for quite some time, and our 10 talent tiers, as always, will pop up at the top of the screen. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary for the side of gillyShark. Do we see a Robo-Goblin or a Gravel Bomb from this Gazlo? That's the kind of... I think that's really the big question that I pose to the side of Minion Miners or any team with their heroics. Gazlo steps onto this point. Dahaka burrows for a second, gets the tongue drag. I actually don't think they got the tongue drag there. Either way, Marshall, Jamster brawling out. Chymotrypsin rotating down, but so is Alexstrasza Kerrigan. You can see the minimap. Mass rotation from both teams as this sustained fight will break out, but Marshall actually wins out as I left this bottom lane and the Siege Giant camp goes over to the side of Minion Miners, as that mind control was so close to catching the toe of Jamster, but he's able to meander his way out, and the Alexstrasza Cleansing Flame doesn't find the kill. Webweavers, though, will be in favor of Minion Miners, and those are going to be descending into lane soon. Dahaka, brush stalking right next to the enemy team, goes for the tongue drag. Jamster not able to connect on to the enemy side. 4 members in bottom lane. Sylvanas, does she have her trait up and available? We can check this really quickly and see she doesn't have it for 24 seconds, so not going to be able to lock down towers for about 20 seconds of this push, which I would assume probably will be the end of this push. I would assume that, but as I look around the map, Kerrigan's doing double clear up against the Gazlo, and Gazlo's just free pushing mid. Stark gonna try and play into this, pops the Ultralisk, goes for the play into Gazlo. He pops the Robo-Goblin. Marshall Does deal a lot of damage with said Robo Goblin, because keep in mind, you become unstoppable for 1.5 seconds, but passive. Basic attacks deal 139 bonus damage over 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Draken Laser Drill, I'm actually a little surprised by that one, not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting Draken to come down, but it's gonna supply some more sustained siege. Ice Wall from May will connect, and there's a Lurking Arm from Kymo Tripson. Chest Looter pops the arrow. A lot of damage going into one of the enemy members. Blaze drops the bunker, gets the Jet Propulsion away. Rise Robin chases in. Did they go too far? Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Actually, might have been. We actually have Kerrigan Stark rotating all the way to top lane to make sure that that Ravage stacking from level 4 will continue, but also not to miss out on the experience and to deny siege. All in all, it's looking good for the Minion Miners after their first Webweaver phase, but the members of gillyShark have their turn-in availability here. Will they be able to get a turn-in? We'll have to see here in just a second. And actually, as I do the mathematics in my head, the mathematicians, there we go, they're actually really close on the side of Minion Miners for another turn-in as well. This would be a lot of pressure into the side of gillyShark, and they would be having to turtle up a little bit in the sense of really getting forced back by this next objective phase if gained by the side of Minion Miners. That is a big if. We'll have to see if that's actually a possibility. Rise Robin, just going to be anchoring for the team. Throws a little snowball into the bush to check if anyone's there. Not the case. Ravage, Impale. Gazlo pops the Robo Goblin. 40-second cooldown and a 1.5-second self-cleanse, essentially. Just don't be stunned when you need it, Forehead. That little leaf next to Alexstrasza that signifies her level 7, Life Blossom. While Alexstrasza is above 75 health, 75% of her health, Gift of Life creates a Life Bomb at the target location. Alexstrasza can collect the Life Blossom to make her next Gift of Life cost no health. Reduce the cost, and this is the passive portion, reduce the cost of Gift of Life to 10% of Alexstrasza's current health. Blue Webweavers will descend for the side of gillyShark. This will be their second of the game, third overall in this map. Rise Robin putting pressure onto Marshall. Tongue Drag from Jamster won't connect, and that's a lot of damage onto Jamster, who's forced to pop their Essence. Gonna heal up very quickly from that, but the Essence won't be regained. 69 stacks on the Sharpened Blades for Stark, as this will be Kerrigan rotating into top lane to continue to try and put pressure into the enemy side, or at least make some of this double soak value work out so they can finish out that Ravage from level 4, and that should be done fairly quickly. 72 out of the 75 stacks necessary. The Well is sitting on a sliver of health. The Necrotic Wave, or the Death Wave from the Webweaver, will connect on and take onto that Well and take it down, but the siege value from this Webweaver phase is not looking the best, as bottom lane Fort Front Gate goes down. Quick rotation into mid. Will this be enough to go for it? Chest Looter goes for the Well. Webweaver in top lane actually gets a lot of value here. This should almost take down the fort. Might be at like a couple percent HP. Another little poke from Chest Looter with that target practice from level 1. Missing one auto, I believe, or one Stormbow onto the enemy. Mind Control, just going to be shy of hitting Chest Looter. Kerrigan comes in with the Ravage. The Ultra does a lot of damage. There's going to be a Kymo Tripson Lurking Arm. Sir Mako trying to back off. Tongue Drag won't connect from Jamster. Sir Mako's fine. Hemi is going to be able to come in here, and I cannot believe it. Sir Mako lives with a sliver of HP. Stark goes in. There's a isolation onto Hemi, but that's a dead Jamster as Stark does finish out his questing talent, and a few gems sit on the ground for the side of gillyShark. That's looking like somewhere in the 10 to 15 market of gems, which would have pushed them just shy of this next turn-in, as they need 60 and they have 40 in their pocket. But speaking of gems in the pocket, Gazlo and crew, they got enough for a turn-in. Who's actually holding the amount of gems necessary? Blaze. Blaze gets those in with the help of a few others. Bottom lane pushed in by Marshall, but is he too far forward? Cryo Freeze used by the May Blizzard to stop the disengage path, and Marshall takes a few scatter arrows to the butt. 16 talents here will be achieved by the side of Minion Miners first, and this will also be during their Webweaver phase. This bottom lane fort should almost actually get them 16s. Kerrigan in mid lane, Stark trying to clear things out, but the Webweaver still descends down the lane close to the keep front gate in mid. Top lane around the 50% or the mid mark. 16s here in favor for the side of Minion Miners. Did I go offline a bit ago? Yeah, I had to restart my stream. I had to restart it to apply a delay, but it wasn't because of any sort of internet drop issues. I've had a total of like 350 frames dropped in today's totality of streaming. But since I have to apply a delay and Twitch doesn't allow you to do that while you're live, I do have to restart stream, so that is the unfortunate thing. But thanks for checking, Noise One. Double kill for the side of Minion Miners. And this is bottom lane Keep being shredded. Some pings coming out as well. Look at the positioning of Blaze and Marshall. They want to end game off this. They want the momentum to be enough to end here. And is it going to be possible? Chest Looter poking at the enemy team. Does have that level 1 finished out. Core is falling rapidly on the side of gillyShark. Can Kaimo Tripson and friends stop this? Stark goes in with the Ravage, trying to jump onto the enemy side. Mind Control comes out onto the Kerrigan. She props the Chrysalis, trying to stay alive. Mako is going to go down. There will be a kill onto Kaimo Tripson. Chest Looter trying to do his best on this Hanzo, but he's going to go down to the Tychus Grenade. The Core is rapidly falling. Stark trying to make the big YouTube play, but it's not going to be enough in game 1. Speed ran by the side of Minion Miners. GG, well played. No, I appreciate it. Thanks for checking in. Thank you. Thank you. You're a kind human being. All right, chat. Do you want to know why I say huge arrow every single time? It's because I can't think of Dragon's Arrow. I really can't. I need to get off of that. I was doing the same thing with Kel'Thuzad earlier. I was saying huge ult from Kel'Thuzad instead of saying Frost Blast. Let's get a message to Kaimo. First pick or map pick? So Minion Miners go up in our best of 3. Hey Jay, what's up? All right, let's choose a prediction. Who wins map number 1? Minion Miners have won map number 1. Let's show you some stats as well. I'm sure you're interested to see some of those numbers. A 13-minute, 23-second game. Minion Miners coming out. They ain't pulling punches. It's a 1-2. We win. Cheese logger. All right, we are waiting for one of the players to let me know what they would like to do, so that way I can pass it along to the Minion Miners captain. Until then, I'll show you his talents once again if you're curious. I liked the Gazlo. I loved the Gazlo play. I think Marshall destroyed my expectations. Very good Gazlo play. Insanely good Gazlo play, in my opinion. Okay, so there's that. I think Himi. Foo Fighter, thank you for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content. So I'm just doing the in-between work. I'm just communicating for the captains so they can focus on stuff. I don't know if they like this or not, but I hope it helps. I think it makes their life a little bit easier. All right, we'll have the lobby made here in just a second, and we will see what happens. Sorry, I'm looking to double check stuff. Okay. All right, we got a lobby. Let's go ahead and update the team scores as well. He got 5-man stun with that arrow. I think part of a big old sweaty Kerrigan combo was... Yeah, Kerrigan, like, the Kerrigan stuff was really good from Stark. I just think it like, one small misstep from gillyShark was just the absolute demise. I should bet 69,000 on this. Day, that's risky. That's real risky, Day. Got Big Dick Day in chat.
Not.
While I got you all here, don't forget tomorrow morning is the subathon. The subathon starts at 6 a.m. PDT. Every sub will add 6 minutes. If you do a tier 2, that'll add 12 minutes. If you do a tier 3, that'll add 18 minutes. I hope you come by for the subathon tomorrow. If you can't or don't want to sub, I understand. I just would love if you hang out all day with me. I really would appreciate it. I wish I could post a GIF of Will Wheaton at the moment. Send it in Discord. Send it in Discord and at me. That's a lot of mayonnaise. Sorry, Chess Looter posted his chicken salad thingy in my Discord. Also, if you missed the sad news, Buttspot has died. Buttspot, the account for Buttspot is either inactive or disabled. Sad days. Castor R. Spooky Worm. All right, well, let's find out. Is this going to be a quick best of 3 that ends in a 2-0? Or are we heading to a map 3? We'll find out soon. We're going to get the readies from the players, and we will get into map number 2 in just a second. Wish I could get Bahamut to react to Lorna Shore to the Hellfire. Oh, Lorna Shore, they're a very good band. I know who that is. I know exactly who that is. I got hot drink stuck in my head, which isn't that bad, honestly. I'm fine with it. I remember how to use the map editor. I'm a god gamer. Dun, 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 dun. I just learned that Will Wheaton was in Toy Soldiers. God, I haven't watched that movie in ages. Sorry, I looked at more of my Discord and Kaylee was like, I will have my vengeance for this transgression. All right, let's talk about a game, everybody. Let's go ahead and get on into a draft. That's the wrong button, Bahamut. Come on, get it together, bud. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here in map number 2, Volskaya Foundry, with the members of Minion Miners in the advantage spot for our best of 3 series. But if you're sitting at home and you're like, wait a minute, Bahamut, I know the first map, but wait, how did we get to this map? I got you covered. Don't worry about it. The members of gillyShark are the home team. They opted for map pick priority as they won the coin flip initially for map 1. Dragonshire Alterac Pass banned out by gillyShark. Towers of Doom Battlefield of Eternity banned out by the side of Minion Miners. Map number 1 was Tomb of the Spider Queen, chosen by gillyShark. They lost that map. As the losing team, gillyShark can either choose first pick or map pick. They opted for first pick priority going into map 2, and so the members of Minion Miners have chosen to take us to Volskaya Foundry. Let's go ahead and get back into the draft and find out what things are looking like ban-wise. Lucio Sylvanas on the left-hand side. Stitches on the right. Is there a Samuro ban from the side of Minion Miners? Will they go for a Samuro ban? Yes, they will. It's going to be a Samuro ban coming through. And alrighty, what's going to be our kickoff draft for gillyShark?
Hell, it's about damn time.
Showed it to my wife the other day. Good flick. Alrighty. Tychus first pick. Alrighty. It's just a good all-around pick. Like, it's Vala, Tychus, they're all in good spots. Surprised that we actually don't have any Vala. There it is. Okay, I was like, I'm surprised we don't have any Vala priority from either team, but there's going to be the priority from Minion Miners with the Alex Straza Vala on the right-hand side. Zarya! Okay, are we doing a hyper carry Tychus game? Is this going? It's looking like it. I mean, we have Speed Barrier Zarya. We have Speed Barrier from Zarya. Garrosh has the Indomitable. You know, you have the speed onto Garrosh with the. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But Lucio's already banned out, so no speed buff from him. What are we going to look at for ban wise going into the second half of our draft? Minion Miners with the ban phase here. They will have first pick, or I guess third pick after the ban phase. Gonna ban out the Stukov. Don't want to deal with Kaiwa Trips and Stukov, but there's a slew of other heroes. Tyrande actually feels like that'd be not a bad idea for this map. Like, I feel like gillyShark could definitely go into a Tyrande here. Cho'Gall incoming, you think so? Hey, Skullfy, how you doing, bud? Alright, another ban out from the side of gillyShark. What are they getting rid of? That's fair, Medivh. So they want to basically throw people across the map, and then they don't want Medivh just to come in and just mitigate any of that value. So, Alex Straza Vala, if they Cho'Gall. Please Cho'Gall? Maybe Cho'Gall for me? No, it's gonna be a Li Ming Deathwing. Okay. So 2 dragons on the side of Minion Miners. Okay, Chest Looter's calling out the skin. Good on them. Last 2 picks from the gillyShark side. It's Volskaya Foundry. They still need a solo laner. They need more damage. They still could... I mean, well, no, they actually need a solo laner and a healer. So I'm assuming this is Hyper Carry Tychus. We'll see if it works out for them. Last 2 picks. I like the Thrall. I do like the Thrall. Sundering is a good disengage tool. Thrall also has really good 1v1 value into Deathwing. You can go into the Rolling Thunder at level 1 and you have percent-based damage into Deathwing. Last pick on the side of Minion Miners. What are we going to look at here? What is our last pick from the Minion Miners going to? Tyrael. Huh. That's actually a really hard... I don't know who to... I honestly don't know who I would lean into on this draft. I have no idea who I would lean into. But what I will do is I will get a Twitch prediction going. If you'd like to bet on this game, get your Twitch predictions in. I will go ahead and... I think if I push this button about now-ish, we should be good. Yeah. Twitch predictions have begun. Get them on in. Get them on in. I'm going to show you this screen. So that way you can just go ahead and continue to see who is on what as we load into Volskaya Foundry. Will this be a quick 2-0 for Minion Miners, or will gillyShark rally in map number 2 and take us to a map 3 through Volskaya Foundry? Get your Twitch predictions in now. By the time you hear this, you probably got about 60 seconds. Does Brightwing really have the healing, or are they going to try and whittle down people? I mean, Brightwing's phase shift ability is huge. Thrall self-sustain, Zarya shielding. Garrosh has self-sustain. So it's... I would lean that the gillyShark composition is good, but I mean, I was proven very, very wrong after that last game. So let's see what happens here. We're loaded into Volskaya Foundry, map number 2. Let's see what happens here. Rise Robin on the Garrosh. Chest Looter will be on the Tychus. Jamster will be on the Thrall. Chymotripsin on this Brightwing. Stark will be playing the Zarya. Over in the red, we are looking at Minion Miners. We are going to be having the Hemibo on the Deathwing. Marshall will be on the Li Ming. Westgrow will be on that Alexstrasza. Murderin on the Tyrael. And Sir Mako of Cheese on the Vala. Hopefully I got those right. Otherwise, whatever. Body check Garrosh to reduce some healing from the Alexstrasza. Slows them as well. As I was talking about earlier, you have Rolling Thunder, so you have for 8 seconds after hitting an enemy with Chain Lightning, Thrall's basic attack against them grants a stack of Frostwolf resilience. If the target is an enemy hero, then he also deals damage equal to 3% of their maximum health and healing the same amount. Also, you have a passive increase the number of Chain Lightning bounces by 1. Into Deathwing, this is a very, very strong talent in my opinion, so I like that we're seeing that a lot. Chymotripsin phase shifts onto Chest Looter just to bolster that health. Chymotripsin did go into the Hyper Shift at level 1. Looking over at Hemi on the Deathwing is going to be going into the Molten Blood at level 1, so some sustain for the Deathwing as well. While Deathwing has 3 or more armor plates, he heals for 6.6% of his maximum health per second. Interesting tactic though. Jamster has to go into Murderin in the bottom lane, as Tyrael will be the solo lane. Deathwing will be the main tank between the rotations, still having to deal with percent-based damage from Chest Looter. Sorry, I looked over at Day. Otherwise, whatever. Just... Some good bets for this game. Some good bets. I'm proud of you, Chad. I'm glad you're all gambling. Proud of you. I live in a gambling town and I don't even do it myself. Maybe like once every other year I go down to casinos. Li Ming getting a little magic missile into the enemy side. Rise Robin looking to poke at the enemy team. Nice use of, Stark, I like what Stark did right there. Self-barriered, turned into the Li Ming combo, took the damage, built up their energy, that pink bar at the bottom. I like the tactic, like it. I like it quite a bit. Alrighty, so mid lane, gonna be pushed up a little bit. Thrall still soaking in the bottom lane. Double soak rotation. Will it miss any experience? For anyone wondering, there are the little blue things on the ground. Those are your experience globes. You have full experience when you pick up one that is at full, I guess, size and pulsating, but there's actually a smaller 25% experience that you can also get. I'll try and show it at some point in this game. Right now, the rotations are a little too good, so I don't think we're gonna be missing out on many of that experience. But what happens is Blizzard actually, or the Heroes of the Storm team, I guess I would say, implemented a new tactic where you had these experience globes, but now they slowly start to fade, as you see, and they get a little bit smaller. So when they're this size, that means that they're worth 25% of the amount of experience that you normally get. And when they're at that full size, that's when you get the full experience. So I was actually like, when this first came out, I was a little like snooty about it. I was a little bit like, oh, I think that's gonna make the games go too long and blah, blah, blah. But honest to God, I think it's been great. It's been a great way to visualize how much experience is lost in lane. I still to this day, I want a line on, what is it, this one? I want a line on this little page that is experience missed. Because I feel like that is something that is actually calculatable. Because if it's not picked up, then it's missed. I would just love to see missed experience, but at the same time, much like some other stats in Heroes of the Storm, some people will look at that stat and go, well, we've missed this much experience, GG, FF at 15, even though you can't. I just think it'd be cool to be able to, like, not only visualize it, like they visualize it very well on the map right here, but to also be able to see the numbers. I love being able to have that information. But maybe in the future, maybe one day, we'll have to see. The objective phase is going to be held by Stark, actually. I like that rotation out from Jamster. He jumps off the point, but there's still this center wheel that controls the channel, and it still continues to be held by gillyShark, as this is control point A, Triglaw Protector for Volskaya Foundry. First objective phase of the game. Doesn't seem like Minion miners care too much about the Volskaya Triglaw Protector, and we'll just hard siege into top lane. Stark? Oh, they're trying to save the top lane tower. Is there enough poke damage? Marshall throws a combo in. Okay, it's going to be able to take down that tower. Triglaw Protector over to the side of gillyShark will be coming in through the top lane. Nice little rocket glove from Garrosh to force back the Tyrael. Chymotrypsin slowing the rotation on Brightwing, or as Brightwing. And we do have the Tychus who jumps into this gunner seat. Wesker is going to pop the Alexstrasza Dragon Queen form. Little dash from Chess as he gets hit with the speed barrier. Rise Robin, able to back away. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Hemi is taking, making sure they stay a little bit away from Jamster. As I said, like, this level 1 for Thrall isn't going to be like, GG, go next, the Deathwing loses, but still, he's gonna get chunked quite heavily by a Thrall. That was about 25% of Deathwing's health right there. He did heal up a little bit, but still, that was like about 25% in a few short seconds from Thrall. Also keep in mind, he's got Ancestral Wrath, or as many of you call it, Blood for Blood. That used to be the old name. Another great way to just dump damage into a Deathwing. Activate to consume 8 stacks of Ancestral Wrath, damage a target enemy hero for 15% of their maximum health over 3 seconds, and healing Thrall for 150% of the damage dealt. Gain 1 stack of Ancestral Wrath every time Frostwolf Resilience activates. But we have a pause, and let's figure out what's going on here. Looks like there's a little bit of a ping issue, so we're going to let that level out. Alrighty. Hey, Camp Bells. How you doing, friend? Alrighty, so one player currently has some high ping. We're going to let that level out, and once that's good to go, we'll get back in the game. It's, so far, a very good Volskaya Foundry game between both sides. We're deathless so far, approaching 10 talent tiers. Tyrael actually went into the regeneration globes at level 1, the Ardent Restoration, but it looks like we have the readies out. So I am going to put us in game, and I will start counting us in. And pause break. Oh, pause break. Can I? Oh. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm missing all my keys. I apparently have not been able to cast a game in forever, and I forget how to do these things. There we go. All right, sorry about that. I actually hit numlock instead of pause break. I missed the button, and I was like, why is it not working? Alrighty, we're back into the game. We're back into the game. I know how to count. I know how to push buttons. I swear, none of you saw that embarrassment. 10 talent tiers coming through in just a second for both teams, so let's go ahead and look at the other numbers as always. Garrosh is not going to be going into helicopter. No Decimate Garrosh for this game. Going to be a Warlord's challenge with that AoE taunt. Bellowing Roar for the Deathwing. Now, Deathwing, it's showing that he has 2 abilities. That first one is a baseline. You actually would have seen that cooldown at the start of the game. It's like a 259 seconds at the start of the game or something like that. That is his Cataclysm. His Heroic is actually just above that, is this little kind of corner piece, and that's going to be his Bellowing Roar. So if you're looking for those cooldowns, that's where you'll see them stacked. Otherwise, the big thing to note, going to be a Judgment Tyrael, who is chunked quite heavily in this bottom lane. Missed the 1v1, but I'm assuming Jamster has the upper hand with that Ancestral Wrath. Sorry, making sure that I had all the audio stuff. It didn't automatically, like, just shut off one audio randomly. That would have been weird. That would have been very weird if it just shut off one little bit of audio. That actually happened yesterday. There was, like, some weird, like, stream issue. Like, after all the DCing and everything, like, there was no audio, but I was showing chat. I was like, I have mic audio. And then I restarted stream again, and it just worked. It's been a weird 24 hours, but it's been a fun 24 hours at least. 11 up on both sides, and we continue to see pressure through top lane with this camp coming through for gillyShark. Oh, that's a chase in from Rise Robin. Combo onto this Alexstrasza, and that's first blood. But a trade onto Garrosh as he does go down. Deathwing lands on top of Chest Looter. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Fortification camps will be used. There was a judgment from the Tyrael, and Brightwing will go down. The members of Minion Minor saying, no, no, no. You don't get to just kill us. And I'm sorry, why did Kaimo Tripson wait 2.5 levels to pick up Blink Heal? Was there a consideration into Emerald Wind? I guess maybe you consider the Emerald Wind to disengage the Tyrael Judgment, but I just don't think it's worthwhile. Maybe if he watches back the VOD, he can let me know why it was 2.5 levels. Otherwise, I'm just flaming him. 13 apiece in a second here for both these teams. gillyShark is able to get back onto this point, but our Minion Miners able to take this second objective, Control Point B. Trigla Protector's not considered the strongest thing in the world as Himi continues to soak up mid. Funny enough, Deathwing, the one hero that can only be healed up by flying into the sky or picking up regeneration globes, or if Alexstrasza went into the Gift of Life at level 1, she could eventually give regeneration globes to him, has the biotic emitter. That's kind of ironic to me that the one person who can't utilize the biotic emitter has the biotic emitter. It's like, oh, I don't need the healing. I won't put the biotic emitter down just yet, but no, I mean, it makes sense. It's one of the highest health pool heroes on the team, and there's no sanctification from Tyrael, so it's a little safer on that Deathwing. But Deathwing now landing on top of the Zarya and Friends Judgment short distance into the Thrall. There's an expulsion zone from Zarya. Bellowing Roar to try and split the enemy team, but Rise Robin isn't really too affected by that. Pops the Indomitable, and there will be the biotic emitter from Himibo. We do have the Stray from Vala coming out, applying a little bit of damage into the enemy side, but not till Death Siphon at level 20 do I feel like you're getting a lot of value. Li Ming trying to throw in some damage. Himibo getting very low. Wesker pops the Alexstrasza Dragon Queen form. This Deathwing is able to get away. Is Brightwing able to get the last little bit of damage? No. Warlord's challenge goes on to Tyrael. He's going to get swapped, flipped, and he is dead. Oh, Tyrael gets double hit on that cooldown reduction. As if any of you didn't know, he gets 10% off of his death timer per enemy hero hit, so that was about 20% off of his death timer. Looking at some of these 13s, Glass Cannon, Li Ming, but also looking at the map, gillyShark not going to be continuing to push up the top lane. Going to be moving into mid and trying to open up the map further for themselves. Though they need to make sure that they open up this fort front gate before they go for the fort. Deathwing landing on top of the Trigla Protector to try and burn this down a little bit faster. And wow, this Trigla Protector gets a fort top, gets a fort front gate mid. Not even the... Oh, they should get this, right? Oh, Deathwing, a little bit of a flame belch, or a molten flame, if you will, onto the enemy side. And okay. Not a lot was gained, but slow momentum built for the side of gillyShark. As you can see, this is that experience on the ground. You can see this is a solid minion wave plus a little extra that was missed on the side of Minion Miners. Always nice to be able to visualize those things. I really do like that implement from the developers. Hopefully get a lot more. I really like that. I think those are really cool things. Marshall going to use that Disintegrate really quickly to burn down this bottom lane so they can just close that gap towards 16. 2-2 in kills. 16 approaching on both sides. Is there a fight over the fortification? Excuse me. Support camp. Toss on to Tyrael. Expulsion Stone will be used. Tyrael doesn't have any sort of Holy Ground or anything like that. Judgment onto Zarya, but I don't think it was necessary. It does get the full cooldown. Rise Robin pops the he popped the Warlord's Challenge, as that's on cooldown. And Zarya is the one to go down in all of that. Alexstrasza did use her Cleansing Flame as well. That's going to be on a 90-second cooldown. Invade onto this camp, though, and with Zarya dead for 20 seconds, the gillyShark gives this over. Jamster trying to poke onto the enemy side, trying to continually build up those Ancestral Wrath stacks. Currently sitting on 8. Is there a max on this? Does anyone know if there's a max on that in Ancestral? Because it says to consume 8, but can you like stack to 16 and activate it once, then twice? I feel like that's a no. I feel like it maxes at 8 and you just consume all 8. Chat knows the answer. Chat's all GM. Jamster getting rotated on bottom lane. Oh my god, Marshall! So Glass Cannon Li Ming. She's also Magic Missile build as well. Force Armor, Charge Blast, Seeker, Fireflies. Woo-wee! That Thrall health got annihilated. Bottom lane fort will go down. This is looking like the setup for the side of Minion Miners to grab control point C and try and end through bottom lane. Max caps at 8. Caps at 8. Max 8. Thank you, chat. I knew I could trust you. No Kappa. Seriously, thank you. As I said yesterday when I was casting, there's so much shit in this game, you can't remember just about everything. You will forget something no matter what. So that's why I get hard carried by Grubby in CCL. It's actually funny though, because like there's been a couple moments like where I've like told something to Grubby and he's been like, really? And I'm like, oh, I know more than Grubby. I'm the smart one. Oh, all right. Let me tab out and grab this so I don't forget about... Okay. So it looks like there is a Sneaky Snake posted in chat. There's a forum post about Blizzard going over Zagara. Okay, thank you. We'll read this after this game. Either we'll be setting up for our next map or we'll be doing an interview. We'll see here in a little bit, because I gotta say, the start of the game was looking good gillyShark, but these Minion Miners are slowly picking apart this gillyShark composition. It's a very, very tough composition to get through, but the chunking, the whittling is really working out from the Li Ming as well as the Vala. And Vala, she... Oh, wait, hold on. Rise Robin. Oh, nice utilization of the vault from Vala to get away. Tyrael goes in for the judgment, but that's unstoppable from the self-barrier of Stark. Does have that cleansing shield. Causes shield ally to remove all disabling effects, but also keep in mind, unstoppable competitor. That's what we saw in Stark right there, and that's going to be able to give the unstoppable for 2 seconds. Toss Warlord's Challenge onto Tyrael. A lot of damage onto Rise Robin. Rise Robin trying to back away right now, but Alexstrasza is going to be able to supply some sustained damage, but Li Ming comes in with the burst. Deathwing does go down too. Chest Looter. Big combos in from Marshall, but there's not enough mana on Li Ming, but it doesn't matter. She's still chasing in. They're still getting kills. We have Vala going back to the point to get the channel, and this is a Thrall going down as well. Li Ming and friends, are they considering to push through bottom? Stark hearths back as the lone gillyShark to defend. Little assist pings coming out, and I assume these are from the Tyrael as he's going to anchor up and start auto-attacking his way through this keep as quickly as possible. Marshall, no mana, just doing as much as they can with the limited resources available, and this keep gets shredded before gillyShark respawns. Will this be a speed ran map? Stark is trying to do their best to 1v2, but they need to be careful of the burst potential. Oh, very good. Expulsion zone. Oh, wait. Tyrael. Judgment's available. Tyrael could judgment in. Tyrael judgment would kill. No, I think he was afraid that it wasn't. It was actually, I think it was like very, very, very close. And actually, I think Stark might have had self-barrier as well, so that would have been mitigated. Better read than me. I was all, murder! But apparently not. All right, Triglow Protector, bottom lane. Will this end the game? 20 talent tier over on the side of our Minion Miners as the Triglow Protector gets chunked for nearly 50% before it even gets to the core, but the core now falling rapidly. There's a Tyrael getting a little bit low. The Triglow Protector is knocking down this keep, or this core. Are we serious? Are we gonna speed run these maps tonight? That is gonna be the case, and Minion Miners, they take the series 2-0 in a very quick fashion. GG, well played. Game number 2, over to the side of Minion Miners. They annihilate this best of 3 series in a very quick 2-0. GG's to gillyShark. The winners will be your Minion Miners. All right, let's get a interview going here. We have an interview coming up. I never can spell interview right because I'm trying to mash the keys as quickly as possible. Casting lobby. No, I'll just do coin toss map pick. Let's show some stats as well. All right, and at this time, we are going to be joined by Marshall, the Li Ming player with reset after reset. Congratulations on your victory. How you feeling, my friend?
Feeling good. It's always nice, especially early on in the season, to get the 2-0 wins, because you just, like, you're trying to, like, assess where you are and all that, so it feels really nice early on, especially.
Now, I have to ask you this immediately, because even chat was asking about it, and I want to know, were you posturing for a Cho'Gall game 1?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, god dang it! I was literally sitting there and I saw the first 3 picks and I'm like, they're gonna Cho'Gall. And then gillyShark's bans out the oh my heart.
We don't play Cho'Gall. We don't play it. That's the official report.
Okay, well you heard it here first. They don't play Cho'Gall. I'm doing air quotes for you, don't worry.
Yeah, so stop banning it.
Stop banning it.
Don't ban it.
I mean, gillySharks, they don't play Samuro. They never play because it's always banned out. But
I know. It's sad. I feel kind of bad.
But I do want to ask you about the series. I want to talk about this game number 2, because game number 2, Volsky Foundry, the map started pretty good. They have a really big front line. They've got a lot of percent-based damage with Thrall's build and Ancestral Wrath and Tychus. Was Himi worried at all about the Deathwing getting chunked, or were you just like, oh, I'm just gonna magic missiles and I'm gonna just destroy with 52,000 heroic damage?
I mean, the Deathwing can't get flipped. The Vala and the Liming are amazing poke. So even with the shields from the Zarya coming out, like the amount of poke, especially because I go Firefly 16, Glass Cannon, full Q build.
Yeah.
And it's just W build Vala, you know. So the idea is just like dance around as best you can. And even in the Deathwing, he's not going melee, he's going full range. So I mean, that was our whole game plan going in. It's just, okay, they're gonna run at us, but I can eat away, Vala can eat away, Deathwing can't get flipped, so we just make sure our healer is safe. And then most of the time, Murd wasn't in the fights anyways, but he kind of wants to make that chaos in the backline anyways on that pick, so for sure.
It was a really, really good series, and I had a blast casting it. I really wish we went to a game number 3. I wish you guys would have just thrown that last game. But, I'm sure you're happy with the clean 2-0, as you were saying at the start of the interview. Before I let you run out of here, Marshall, are there any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Yes, shout out to the Minion Miners. Shout out to gillyShark for playing for so long. I think they're the team that I know from the earliest season that I played. So
Same.
They've been in it at least as long as we have, and maybe longer. I don't know.
I've casted you guys a bunch in the past as well. So yeah, it's a lot of friendly names. And I saw the matchup today. I was like, oh yeah, those are 2 good teams. I was excited about this one. But please, sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's okay. One of our players actually posted a series that you cast of us playing against them in like season 6 or something like that.
Oh damn!
So,
oh man, that was a while ago. That was 6 seasons ago at this point.
Yeah, they stomped us in that series. So this is just our revenge. This is our revenge series. Right? We don't have any gripes or anything.
No,
yeah,
it's
shout
all
out
fun.
to them for being in the league for so long, and my team and all the fans, anyone at home. My wife is watching. Shout out to the wife. and shout out to casters and the NGS, all the people that help run NGS. Make it happen.
Well, I appreciate it so much. You have a wonderful evening. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory, and I look forward to seeing you further down in season 12 of NGS. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.